Hello everybody and welcome back to Academiopolis, where I'm recording this before the last episode went live, but I'm sure you made comments. Yeah, I know why we're losing money, is because we have universal education. That does increase campus attractiveness by 20%, which is nice. There's no doubt about that. But I'm not convinced that we can afford that right now. So I'm going to actually get rid of that just for the time being. And if we're really trying to power level these, we can always put that back in. But for right now, I do want to continue work on our metros. And we need to, first off, we need to get this line named. So let's go ahead and name these lines. We have Metro Line 4, which is actually southeast, east even, Metro Reverse. And we have Metro Line 5, which I'm going to go ahead and call the Northeast Metro. And then this one will be the Northeast Metro Reverse. Okay, there we go. So how many passengers do we actually have? Look at this. That is a lot. We have a lot of passengers going on. How are our mass transit options helping our traffic jam? Well, there's still a traffic jam. But it seems to be slightly better? Yeah, I think so. But I think the very next thing that we need to do if we really want to alleviate this traffic jam is we need to set up some mass transit on Trees to Electric Boogaloo. Oh, they just won. Okay, and that spread happiness all amongst here. That's nice. I like that. Oh, all the way up over here, too. So I do think that we need to set up mass transit on this location. Yeah, I know that trees and sound barriers reduce traffic noise, but you know what else reduces traffic noise? Not having traffic. Look at how much money we're making. Holy crap. That's a lot. We can afford universal education, I think, for one of our universities, but not two. $12.45 for the Academiopolis Institute. $13.30 for the Seaside College. So there's technically a little bit more attractiveness in the Seaside College. So because this is a percent increase, we'll get more from this if we do it here. The other thing we could do is we could take the sponsorship deals and see if that offsets it. And you know what? I'm going to do that. We'll see how much that costs. Okay. If it stays like this, I can live with that. It is declining.
The Coast Guard is warning of a tsunami approaching the area. Residents should avoid roads and waterfronts.
Tsunami with an intensity of 9.2. And everywhere is in danger. Okay. Where is this tsunami going to hit? Because this is the real danger here. This is gonna hurt. How big is it? Well, tell you what. It may be a little bit too late. I'm going to make a save here, just in case this destroys literally everything. I'm going to save the game, and we're going to see what happens. I've never experienced a tsunami before, so I don't know what to expect in terms of how much of our area is going to be affected. Like, this map doesn't really tell us much. It just tells us, hey, coastlines are in danger, and I'm like, yeah, you don't say. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to build additional metros and mass transit until after we see what exactly this tsunami does. So where is it? It's definitely going to hurt. Luckily, we have a lot of money on hand, and I do want to put down a pumping depot, or 2, or 5, near where it's going to hit. but we don't know where it's going to hit yet. Don't we have tsunami early warning buoys? I'm pretty sure we do. Let's hop into this area. This is not amazingly helpful. I expect we're going to be hit along here or here. Like our seaward coast is where I expect to be hit. We do have a tsunami early warning buoy here. I'm going to put up a few more. Right? That's a tsunami early warning buoy? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. So I'm just going to put up a few along this coastline. In fact, basically along all of our coasts. Our entire border here. I don't expect that it's going to be coming from the land. That would be weird if it did. Luckily, we've got plenty of money to do with this. Okay. Uh-huh. Well, that didn't help very much, did it? Tsunami wave detected. Somebody is apparently already flooded, but I'm pretty sure the tsunami hasn't come in yet. So, where's this alleged flood at? Ah. Over here. Oh, that's the tsunami right there. That is definitely the tsunami. Okay, so it's hitting us here. And it is going to hit hard. Let's get some inland pumping stations here. Because we're going to need them. We've already got one pumping service. Let's see. These are very, very large. I do want to get a second one down, but I think I would rather lose this industrial area to a pumping station. So let's go ahead and get one down right over here. Slope too steep. Uh-huh. Well, that's helpful. Okay, let's try maybe over here. Take that out of there, and then put in this guy right here. Still slope too steep. Wonderful. Okay, where is the slope not too steep? I kind of do want it on top of this hill. Well, I guess... I mean, this is definitely a safer region. What we could do is we could take this out of here like I was talking about doing. And we just level this. Just at, say, this height. Something like that. We're going to need to actually wipe out everything over on this side. Like that. And now maybe we can put this in. Still slope too steep because of this road. We're going to have to actually take this road out of here. Like that. And now can we put it in? Yes. Perfect. We are going to need a water pipe connection, obviously. And now we try to put this road back. That slope too steep. Fair enough. Yeah, I can see why that's happening, but I can also not see why that's happening. Okay, let's try taking this up over here. Why is it building that so high? I don't actually want that to be that high. Let's take out this whole block, except for this guy. And let's just see if we can smooth this out a little bit. Now, we don't really have much for seawalls, which is potentially a bit of an issue. I just want to smooth all of this. There we go. And now see if we can do that. Ooh, that's very close to being able to connect in. What if we take this road out of here and try to connect it all the way down over here? That gives space already occupied. Get rid of that. There we go. That's more like it. Okay, and then we zone this to be industrial again. Like that. Excellent. Now, I wouldn't recommend building in this area just yet. Just so that everybody knows. Okay, I'm going to take a screenshot of this area so that I can try to rebuild it if necessary. So I'm going to alt print screen that. There we go. I've got a screenshot. Fantastic. I think we're ready to watch the destruction. Not a whole lot to be done here. You guys don't want to be here. Apparently they agree.
Has struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
Okay. So our entire harbor area is definitely going to get destroyed. I don't think there's any way around that. Now, we should probably actually have an evacuation shelter up here. Now that I'm thinking about it, this popped up and reminded me, and I'm like, yeah, we don't actually have any evacuation shelters over here. This can hold 1,000 people. And we can actually fit 2 right here. And even a 3rd there. And then we'd have, say, a tall radio mast, or at least a small radio mast, like right here, to cover this whole area. And then we should probably go ahead and evacuate citizens. Like that. Making it the oldest form of recycling there. Come on in, citizens. Dino oil. I don't think this is going to get too high, realistically. Like, I don't think it's going to breach this hill, right? Maybe. Driving, working, riding a bike, painting. I don't know, but any way we slice it, this is going to do a lot of damage. It is destroying quite a lot of structures. But that's okay. Let's play some more music. At Banhammer Bank, oof. We want you to trust us with your this is because it's with your money that we healthy looking. How? It's not funny business. It's very healthy, guys. Good job. To us and it will grow with interest. That's the plan, at least. So it's hitting primarily over here and kind of curving around. The real question is just how high is it going to get here? I think it is going to hit the emergency shelters. Yeah, it's washing people away a little bit. I'm sure they'll be fine. Actually, I'm not sure of that at all. This is hitting really hard. People are going to really want to not be going on these highways right now. That's not really a very good idea. I mean, a tsunami was always the biggest danger. You know what? The wave is approaching us over here, too. I just now noticed it. Okay. So, with this being the case, I'm going to put a couple of pumping depots over on the far side of the mountain, which it should not get past the mountain for sure. So I'm going to put a pair of pumping depots over here, which is slope too steep. Let me put it over here, maybe? No. Maybe over here. Gonna need to be in this mode. Get rid of this. Put a pumping depot right there. Okay. That can respond to all of this. It's not going to be able to pump all of that for sure, but it'll be able to do some stuff. And then I'm also going to put in an emergency shelter, a large one, over here. And I'm going to put in a second one over here. Then we're going to do a short radio mast here, which covers that vicinity. Okay. We've got one over here already. I do want to have one over here. And probably one up on the mountain. Here, here, here. Maybe have one over in this area. One up over in the university. If we can find a place to put it. Here's one. And then maybe one down over here. Like that. And now we'll evacuate our citizens from here as well. And I think our citizens may not survive this emergency shelter here. We'll see. I don't know. We're actually coming out on the other side here. This harbor somehow survived. I don't know how. Or rather, the cargo hub did. Yeah, you should not be suspicious about a flood. There's literally a tsunami. That is not anything that is in the slightest suspicious. Luckily, a lot of this stuff up over here wasn't too developed. I'm going to put power lines to these. That'll be a handy thing to have. Do something like that. And then something like that. Excellent. Okay, so it's going to hit...
Tsunami has struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water recedes.
Yeah, that's not new news. Yeah, this entire island is having some issues. What? Crime rate is high? How could it be? I don't believe you. I think we might need another disaster response unit. So that is over in here. We've got one here. We may need to have one up in this region somewhere. And we may need to have one over here as well. Perhaps we can fit it in over here? No, we absolutely cannot. These things are very big. I'm sure they'll be fine with just this one. We're going to have a large cleanup to do. A lot of work. However, it does look like we're going to come through this reasonably okay. In that it looks like it hasn't destroyed our roadways. At least, not all of them. Is the water receded over here? Yeah, the water is receded over in some of this area. So we can start rebuilding some of this. Now, a lot of these are collapsed roadways here. Or rather, collapsed things. This metro station needs to be searched for survivors, so we're going to have a lot of survivor searching to do. And there's a lot of dead people who will need to be picked up. I do think we do, in fact, need at least 2 more disaster response units. We could have one over here. Like, we could have a couple of them over here. Like, just a one-way road? No, not a one-way. But, like, just a road that comes off over here. And then a road that comes off over here. And then it connects like that. And then we can just build a pair of disaster response units over here. One there. And, say, one there. Like that. Okay. So, guys, here's the thing. I know your university is underwater, literally, but I'm going to need you to start paying tuition. Oh, this is awful. I love it. Okay. Pay tuition. Thank you very much. So, the tsunami is now hitting the mainland a bit here, but it's at least partially receding. Over here, it's definitely receding. Excellent. The pumping services are working overtime right now. And the crematoriums are going to be as well. And we have a lot of buildings to search. Okay, multiple problems here. We're mostly out of food. We can actually release these citizens. We're pretty much... The danger is done over here. It's not done over here. We lost a lot of people. That's kind of to be expected, though. We'll get it back. The danger is almost done over here. There's just this section of the tsunami left. And then that's going to hit down over here.
Struck the city. Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water
And it looks to me... I guess it's still pushing in a little bit. Yeah, it is. But we'll be okay. This is the danger of being on an island. And yeah, the tsunami is now hit over here as well. But overall, this could have been way worse. We're getting close to being out of food in our large emergency shelter. We're also getting close to being done with the tsunami. Really? You're building a building as the tsunami is coming in? That's some brave workers right there. I like it. So our pumping services are struggling to keep up, I think is the correct way to put it. Yeah, they're trying to pump just outside of the pumping service right now. This water is very soon, though, going to be not really growing too much more, although it is coming in over here at a kind of awkward clip. But overall, I think this is relatively recoverable. I mean, it's going to take a lot of work. There's just not a whole lot you can do about a tsunami when your entire city is islands. That's to be expected. This is one of those not even mad moments. This is just kind of funny. But the main tsunami is currently, like, here. So, we seem to be through the brunt of it. Like, this is just water that's around and needs to be, to some degree, pumped, but it is still flowing this direction in general. How fast is it moving? Not amazingly.
Take caution and avoid roads and waterfronts until the water.
Oh, we don't have power and water over here. These should have their own power and water grid, honestly. So I'm going to do something like that. I'm going to connect this up over here. I am going to connect it to the main grid. But I'm also going to give it its own generation. Something like this. So that those are connected up. And then it is going to need a connection for sewage. So we can connect it in over, say, this way. Okay, now these disaster response units should be able to actually respond. Okay. How many people do we have in our large evac shelter? Nowhere near as many as we need to. That said, I think we can go ahead and release them. Because largely the danger is over and it's just going to be flooding from here. We do have a whole lot of rubble. There's no doubt about that. And we're going to have to rebuild a lot. A tsunami in this scenario is, of course, a worst-case scenario. Also, this is ideal song choice. I like it. This road maintenance depot is collapsed. Okay. But all things considered, this could have been way, way worse. Like how we've got like a lake here now? We'll have to pump that out. That'll take time. We've also got a lot of injured patients. Low land value, you don't say. So that basically hit our entire city. It was unfortunate, but sometimes that's what happens. This disaster response unit is operating normally, somehow. Not sure exactly how. We've got our fire helicopter depot there. We've also got these guys. Oh, this pumping station actually needs to be connected up to the grid. There we go. So this is going to be like our disaster response island, I guess. But the tsunami should be... I mean, the tsunami is basically over at this point, right? Like, it's over here right now. But it's died out where it hit us. We took the absolute brunt of it. There's no doubt about that. But we seem to be coming out on the other side relatively okay, all things considered. Like, the tsunami is still going to be coming this way, but it's mostly coming away from us now, rather than towards us. So now, we need to start the rebuilding. We need to get this flood taken care of. We need to get these metro stations rebuilt. Like, we just have a lot of work ahead of us to do. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to look at rebuilding. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.